It was a pretty active day today in game news. We got a lot of things to talk about tonight. Some sad news, some fun news, and then just some cool announcements all throughout the thing. That's right, it's Game News Show. Welcome back to the channel. Let's jump into our first story and get the sad news out of the way, which is not really that sad. It's just kind of like, okay, it was coming inevitably. But Nintendo of America tweeted out on August 21st, we have a message for fans of the Mushroom Kingdom. Please take a look. And then in their fancy graphic, Charles Martinet has been the original voice of Mario in Nintendo games for a long time, as far back as Super Mario 64. Charles is now moving into the brand new role of Mario Ambassador. With this transition, he will be stepping back from recording character voices for our games, but he'll continue to travel the world, sharing the joy of Mario and interacting with you all. And yeah, it's kind of sad to think about, but it was gonna happen. Right? It was gonna happen. Hey, welcome in. Thanks for the compliment on my glasses. That is awesome. Welcome in. We're doing our game news program. So if you want to participate, feel free to. Thanks for the follow. Hype. Let's go. All right. So yeah, it was kind of sad that he's stepping down. He's not gonna voice Mario. It was confirmed he's not doing any of the voices in Super Mario Bros. Wonder, which comes out in October. But you know, whatever his role is, he seemed to really enjoy doing the Mario stuff when he did it. He seems to really enjoy whatever he's doing now. I've heard he's really nice at like conventions and stuff. So it's super cool. I appreciate all the work he's put in. I mean, he's an icon. His Mario voice is iconic. I think if he hadn't been so well known as the voice of Mario, Chris Pratt being Mario in the movie wouldn't have been as sketchy at first, which actually turned out okay. But it'll be curious to see what Mario sounds like in the new Mario Bros. Wonder game. So let's see where that goes. But yeah, looking forward to that, and looking forward to whatever Charles is going to be up to. I appreciate everything he's done. There were a lot of heartfelt things on Twitter or X or whatever it's called now. All right, let's move on. Pokemon had an announcement today. Meet Poltegeist, a newly discovered Pokemon from the land of Kitakami in the hidden treasure of Area Zero. So we reacted to this trailer on this morning's YouTube stream, which is very fun. And holy moly, thanks so much for the Prime sub. That is excellent. Thank you so much. But yeah, this was kind of cool because it's just a variant on Poltegeist, but it's a whole different Pokemon. And so I like that they're, introducing some other new things, and it's not just going to be a couple of new legendaries, and that's about it. So the trailer was neat. I definitely recommend going and watching it. We already watched it on Twitch this morning, or I'm sorry, on YouTube this morning, so I'm not going to watch it again here. But interesting to see another grass ghost type in Pokemon. Looking forward to the Treasure of Area Zero, the Indigo Disc. No, the Teal Mask is what's launching in September. So that's cool. All right, let's move on. Gamescom did their opening night live, and for us in the US, it was opening afternoon live. But SEGA put out a new trailer for Sonic Superstars. It's the multiplayer trailer. Very charming. The big takeaway from this was we've got October 17th as the release date, and we've got a battle mode, which looks pretty fun. It's like a 4-player split screen. So you got local co-op and battle mode, and this game is just shaping up to look. It just looks really fun, and I'm very much looking forward to playing it. I wish it had an online component, but I understand their reasoning for not including it. And so that's fine. That'll still be fun. I will likely play through it by myself. May do the local co-op off stream with like my daughter, but it's not going to be something I stream co-op. So, I'm excited for it. The trailer was really good. I would again recommend watching it. Very fun. The game is shaping up to be awesome. We also got some other Sonic news. Sonic Frontiers, the final Horizon update, arrives on September 28th. New story, it plays Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy, and the climactic free update coming to Sonic Frontiers. This was cool. This is a 48-second trailer. We could watch it real quick. Basically, it's just like, hey, things are happening. I don't know anything about the finale of Sonic Frontiers, so I don't know if this is spoiler territory, but this was cool looking. We'll make it full screen. Like, I have no idea what's going on here. That thing big, but you fight a bunch of big kaiju-looking things in this game. So that looks super cool. I'm excited. Free update. Sonic Frontiers, I still need to finish. I am very close to finishing, I believe. But I'm also a bit of a completionist with this game and have been going for S ranks and all of the levels and all the other stuff. But hey, there's been a lot of free content for this game that has been really fun. So now's a good time to get in. Get Sonic Frontiers. It's fun. Moving on. I haven't covered this game on this channel much at all. I've been following it personally, but I haven't been too hyped for it. But Starfield did go gold, and you can preload it it's past August 17th. They tweeted this out on the 16th. But I thought this was worth covering because there's been a lot of coverage of this game. Review codes have been sent out. People are just really excited for this game. I am struggling to be excited because I don't know how big this game's going to be as far as like a time investment. I just don't have the time for hundreds of hours of RPG. I'm struggling to finish Tears of the Kingdom, and I don't want to invest the limited gaming time I have in another game that's going to take me hours and hours and hours. But it looks fun. I'm definitely going to be downloading it to try it myself and see, if it holds up to the hype. I'm looking forward to it. I'm just not as hyped as everybody else is, but it's going to be fun to check it out. And, congrats to the studio. Getting a game gold, especially a game this big, has to feel like a huge weight off of their shoulders. But now the post-launch support is starting, especially with review codes being out in the wild. Definitely looking forward to whatever this game contains, and I'm excited to check it out. All right, moving on. What's up, Base Guru? Welcome in, man. We had some other SEGA news. SEGA finally closed out the deal and has officially owns Rovio, makers of Angry Birds and other things. I don't know what this is going to lead to. I don't know if we're going to get some new mobile games in the SEGA universe. I don't know if Rovio is going to be making Sonic mobile games instead of Hardlight Studios. I don't know what any of this means, but it is interesting, and it was a surprising acquisition. But that became final on the 18th, and Red and Sonic collab. Yeah, this graphic definitely has some Mario and Sonic vibes to it. But I'm looking forward to whatever they're doing. I mean, Angry Birds used to be fun. I imagine it still is. I haven't played in years, but it's still around, so it had some value. I mean, I forgot how much this deal closed for, but there was definitely some value there. All right, moving on. Activision Blizzard news. You may be wondering why there's a Ubisoft logo there, but in an attempt to accommodate the UK governance board that keeps blocking the Activision Blizzard acquisition by Microsoft, they have agreed to sell off the streaming rights to Activision Blizzard titles to Ubisoft as part of Ubisoft Plus, which is their own subscription service. This means Ubisoft will now be able to license all of the Activision titles to other cloud servicers, including Microsoft themselves. This is a goofy situation that I don't fully understand the benefit or what this means and why this suddenly might make the deal okay according to the UK court standards. But what I do wonder is Ubisoft really just making bank on Activision games being on cloud services, and Microsoft is just going to retain straight up sales and stuff? The whole situation is weird, and it's weird that the UK is really the last holdout on approving the Activision Blizzard merger or acquisition. It's not a merger. But I feel like Microsoft could just go ahead and do it and just be like, look, we're going to do this our way, and the UK just doesn't get these games anymore. But I don't know. Maybe the UK is a huge audience for them, a huge source of revenue. I don't know. I really don't. And maybe I should be more informed. But I just find this move weird in a lot of ways. Just because, Ubisoft now gets to determine where Activision games end up on cloud streaming services. So I don't know. It's like as long as Microsoft allows Activision studios to keep cranking out games and content, Ubisoft is going to be making money. But it's just weird. So like, I don't know. It's just, this seems to be like a last ditch effort, and Ubisoft was like, hey, we'll help, but there has to be some financial incentive. I don't think they would have done this out of the kindness of their hearts. They are a business after all, and that's what we got. All right, moving on. We got some Assassin's Creed Mirage news. We had a trailer drop during Gamescom. One thing I thought was cool, they showed off some of the gameplay and revealed a full Arabic voiceover that you'll be able to leave on for the game, which was really cool if you want to get like that sense of immersion. I mean, obviously I'd have to play with subtitles. I don't know if I'll do this, but the game is looking amazing, very playable, very approachable Assassin's Creed. If you've played since the beginning like I have, you've been probably wanting something like this to come out, and this game just looks awesome. And it's not going to be 100 hours. It's going to be like 30, and I'm totally fine with that. So I'm definitely looking forward to what this game has in store, and just the little touches they put into it. A modern take with a classic formula is best I could ask for this game. I'm very excited. The new trailer looked pretty good. A little gruesome. Not going to show it here on the stream, but it's good. I'm excited for it. All right. Let's move to the next topic. We got some more Xbox news, this time the Xbox 360, and this is some bad news. The Xbox 360 store will close July 2024, but you can keep playing your favorite games. The article goes on to say, November will mark 18 years since Xbox 360 launched. As we head to 2024, we have a change to share about the 360 experience. On July 29th, 2024, Xbox will stop supporting the ability to purchase new games, DLC, and other entertainment content from the Xbox 360 store on the console and the 360 marketplace. That's the website of it. Related to this change, the Microsoft Movies and TV app will no longer function on 360, which means TV and movie content will no longer be viewable on your Xbox 360 after July 29th. Between now and then, you can buy stuff. It will not affect your ability to play 360 games or DLC you've already purchased. And I don't think this is a good idea. Now, you'll still be able to buy backwards compatible games on the Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S storefronts on the Microsoft Store. So those aren't going away. But what about all the not backwards compatible games? Those are now lost, are going to be lost forever, especially if they were an Xbox Live Arcade only release, meaning they got no physical version, which is more commonplace now. But there are a few titles from back then that, maybe it was about time to call it a night on the 360. Maybe it was about time they start sunsetting these services. But I think it's much like the 3DS and Wii U situation. It's much like the Wii shop situation, where there's just titles there that nobody will be able to access anymore. And that sucks. That's just not okay in terms of game preservation, in terms of being able to recommend a game that nobody can get. This is why emulation is important, because there's no reason they can't just leave this up unless there's like some kind of tax burden on this, unless there's some kind of financial penalty to them leaving this up. Like that's really what it comes down to. They're a company, they got to be profitable. If not enough people are buying 360 games on the store, they came to this decision. But I just don't understand then. Okay, well, can we just get like a fully virtual 360 virtual machine situation on our Xbox Series S and X that allows us to go and get all the backwards compatible titles? Because, or all the titles, not just the backwards compatible ones that like guaranteed to work. Let's get an emulator that runs them all. So then this doesn't really matter that they're shutting down the store here. But I don't know. You guys let me know what you think if you're watching on YouTube about this situation. I'm kind of bummed by it because, again, it's the 3DS and Wii U. It's the Wii shop all over again. These games are going to be locked away, and oh well, and it's a bummer. It's a bummer that digital titles are susceptible to this kind of thing, and as many digital games as I have on Xbox and PC, there's literally nothing you can do about it. It's just gone. Now you'll still be able to download stuff you purchased according to Microsoft, and I guess the same rings true on the 3DS and Wii U. But even still, if you were like looking for a game that was digital only, you better buy it now. Is really what it comes down to. All right. Other Xbox news. This was kind of cool. Xbox has introduced console wraps. So basically, it's a skin, protective sleeve kind of thing for your Xbox Series X. I wonder, there's no word on a Series S version of these things, but to launch them, we've got a Starfield wrap. It looks really cool. I like this compared to the decal situation, third-party decals that you would just stick on. This is basically a sleeve that wraps around the system. It's machined to the Xbox specs really, tightly. You can see kind of in the image here, just it wraps around the disk drive and the button very well. And it doesn't look terrible. This image is kind of weird to look at just because of some of the cutouts and stuff, but it just fits right around the system. It looks like it either magnets or Velcros to itself as you wrap it around. I like the Starfield artwork. There's also 2 camo versions coming, which are kind of neat if camo's your thing. It's going to be like $50 when it comes out, which that's a lot. It's a first-party thing, but if you've seen how both Microsoft and Apple price like Surface or iPad cases that are first-party, it's not really a surprise. It's just the cost of these things. And I'm assuming the materials that have gone into these things are what drive up the cost. And, if they license this out, to other games or whatever that maybe aren't first party, like Starfield is, I'm definitely looking forward to maybe some Halo themed ones, maybe a Call of Duty themed one. I mean, this is a great solution to limited edition consoles where you can sell something, make your console look neat. And it's a good alternative to, like with the PlayStation, you have just the faceplates, which are also pretty pricey. But, it's kind of the same thing. Customize your system, make it look however, you want within the parameters of this. I'm wondering if third-party peripheral manufacturers, your Power A and Hori and those guys are going to start making their own versions of these. Would be very interesting. Wouldn't be surprised. But this being a first-party solution is pretty neat. And I like the way this looks. The Starfield one is pretty solid. I like all the little markings on it and just making it look... It makes it look like a limited edition console, and I appreciate that. All right, moving on. This was during... And I haven't really covered these games before, but this was during the Gamescom presentation earlier, where they showed that Honkai Star Rail is coming to PS5, and then they showed some Genshin Impact, and then a new game from the HoYoVerse, as it's known. I don't really understand this, but the games all look fun. The art style is very appealing. I'm very much a fan of anime and these kinds of things. But the reason I bring this up here, and I'm sorry for the long pause there, the reason I am talking about this, I don't even have a PlayStation. This is cool that you'll get this game on PlayStation. Microsoft is really missing out on these. Like, these games would be a no-brainer on the Xbox. It's very unusual that they haven't tried. Maybe they've tried to reach out to HoYo Games. I don't know who makes these. I just know it's the HoYoVerse, and that's all I know. But in any case, it's cool that like new stuff is always coming out for these titles, but I never play them because I don't play them on mobile, and I don't have a PlayStation to play them on. I guess I could play them on PC, but they really need to come to Xbox, and I think that would be just another branch of audience, another branch of new players to come in and just enjoy these games. But they all look fun. They all look pretty neat. I should probably install a couple of them on PC and see if I'd actually like them. Maybe that's some future content down the line. But yeah, it's weird that like these games do well on PC and stuff, but like they don't PC and PlayStation, they don't come anywhere else. It's like, okay, well, it's like only Xbox that's left out. I guess Switch, but Switch might have a hard time running these games. So it's just weird. I'm hopeful. Microsoft's been making some good moves. Maybe they can get them on. But anyway, all right, let's move on to the next thing. Wait, was that it? No, that's definitely not it. We've got 2 more. All right, Marvel Snap officially launched on Steam. I've been playing this game a little more on my phone. Speaking of mobile games, I've been playing this game a little more on my phone, and then the Steam client launched last year with early access, but the official PC launch on Steam happened today. There's some Twitch drops available, which is Nightcrawler, Moon Girl, and Sunspot variants, and a bunch of boosters and stuff for them. If you know about Marvel Snap, then those words make sense to you. The PC version now has like proper screen support and scaling and looks like a PC game and not just a mobile port. I installed it, or I updated it and played with it a little bit. I'd still rather play on my phone just because it's easier. But if I decided to stream this, the Steam client now takes up the full screen and it isn't just a weirdly scaled mobile game. And it's cool to see. It's free to play. I've had fun with it. I think it's pretty neat. And if you like Marvel Snap, play it on PC. It's another way to play it. And you can log in with Apple, which was cool. That's how I set up my Marvel Snap account. So being able to do that on the Steam version was really nice. All right, and our last bit of news from Nintendo Life. Reviews are in for Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. I've covered this game occasionally. Last year, I did a video on it, talking about it, hyping it up. I haven't acquired this yet, but it did launch on Steam, and the reviews are pretty good. Game Explain loved it. Noisy Pixel, 8.5 out of 10. Retro Rebound said it was awesome. The reason I bring this up is I loved Jet Set Radio Future on the original Xbox. The music, the gameplay, the art style. And this game is that, just continued on, and it's awesome, and I'm super excited to play it. It launched on Switch. I'd like to pick it up on Switch, but it comes out, I believe, on Xbox and PlayStation September 1st. And so I definitely want to get it next month on the Xbox. Don't ask me why. I usually buy my multi-platform titles on Xbox, usually because of the extra performance. But it probably runs fine on Switch. I really haven't looked at it. I've been trying to avoid a lot of coverage of it to avoid spoilers and other surprises that this game may have. Team Reptile makes some really fun games. And this just looks like another great entry in their stellar lineup of titles. And I'm very excited for it. If you haven't played it, I would definitely go watch a trailer. If you liked Jet Set Radio Future or Jet Grind Radio on the Dreamcast, this game will be right up your alley. As for me, it's one of my favorite games ever, and so I'm looking forward to playing this. But that does it. That's the game news this week. We've gone a good bit longer than we usually do, but I had a lot to cover, so I appreciate you hanging out. If you're watching on Twitch, we're about to play video games. If you're watching this later on YouTube, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you think about Ubisoft having Activision rights, and are you buying skins or console wraps, for your Xbox. Just let me know what you think about any of the other articles, and thanks for your support. We'll see you on the next video.